get scared. I mean, the most scared I was jumping out of a plane, doing a tandem skydive. I mean, I've never been so scared in my life. I was nauseous when I landed on the ground. So, obviously I'm not scared when I'm driving in the race car, but that was the most scared I've been in my life. But the one thing I don't go without is a jar of Bovril. I'm mad about Bovril. I've had it all my life, and that salty taste is just brilliant in it.
I'm more of a Marmite man myself. I'm a Marmite man.
It's Marmite or Bovril, but I'm Bovril. It's a difficult one. Probably racing Dakar. My kids are still very young. They're 5, 3, and 1. So at the moment it's tricky at home. But I mean, it's they give you so much joy. Time goes by so quickly. So I started quite late, but I think that's there's a lot of challenges in raising kids like that. I mean, of course, there's a lot of challenges in the Dakar. It's definitely physically more demanding to do the Dakar, but mentally, raising your kids is probably a little bit more difficult. I did. That's where I learned to drive. My dad, built me a go-kart on the farm. Not a very fancy one. It had wheelbarrow wheels and a 200cc lawnmower engine. But that's where I learned to drive. I used to put a lot of, built myself a little course. We had like a big yard on the farm, so I built myself a course, and I was always trying to slide the car around these bricks. Obviously a couple of times with some big mistakes. I crashed into his walls a couple of times, broke some walls. But that's where I learned. I spent my afternoons. That's what I did. Instead of kicking a ball or hitting a tennis ball or anything of that, I got into my go-kart and I tried to go as quickly as I could, sliding sideways and having a lot of fun. So that's where it started. Well, obviously very important. That's the part that connects the car to the ground, and you need to have good tires to do the race. First of all, you don't want a lot of punctures, because a puncture costs you time. But then you also want a tire that performs well, and in the Dakar you need something that is on average good on hard ground, on stones, on rocks, but also in the sand, because you have a bit of everything. So I think as a tire manufacturer, or for a tire manufacturer, it's very difficult to sort of give us a tire which we are happy with in all the conditions. But Michelin, BF Goodrich have been doing a great job in doing that for us. But it's a critical part of the whole package. Funnily enough, I don't have, but I mean there are some drivers that they always put on their left sock first in the morning, or they only wear red underpants, or things like that. But I'm not. I've never had a superstition in that way. I think it just complicates things too much, because imagine you having to have 15 red underpants. You normally want to be, you got to try and be as calm as possible, because normally if you're too psyched, you make a mistake. And of course you have some butterflies at the start, especially at the start of the Dakar, which is normal, and at the start of a stage. But you learn to deal with it, and you try to be as calm and relaxed as possible, because then you make better decisions that way, I believe. So. Yeah, I think he obviously planted the seed, because he took me with to all the rallies and stuff. I mean, I spent a few nights watching the guys rally through the forests of Sabi, and up there in Swaziland, through the night with my dad, watching rallies, Saul van der Merwe and those guys. And I was mad about it. And but it's because of him, because he took me there, that I got interested in it, and I thought, well, I mean, I would like to drive a car one day, and see how I could do, and that's how I started. So he was my biggest inspiration. that was a long time ago. I mean, the first time I did the Dakar was 2003. So, you know, I was at another manufacturer at the time, and they said, well, they're going to do the Dakar, and you know, would I be interested in it? I mean, I never thought of it as a kid, you know, that I was going to do the Dakar, but I always watched the race. But I guess I never thought it would, you know, I would do the Dakar. And then when I had the opportunity, I went and I did it. And you know, it's a case of being in the right place at the right time. You know, with these things, you need a bit of luck, and I had my luck there. And now I'm sitting here 15 years later.
15 years ago?
I've done 15 Dakars, so it's been quite a lot. I'm not sure about that yet. They may be a bit young, but my eldest son has got quite a good feeling. I can see, you know, he turns into a slide the correct way, and I didn't show him how to do that. So let's see. I don't want to jump the gun on that one.
Giniel de Villiers, yes, it's what a pleasure.
Shot, man.
Thank you. That was a lekker interview.